Intruder, identify yourself.
Hello and welcome to the Special Clan Wars. I was actually not with Crimson Sky for this clan war. I'm out of Crimson for about a week. I'm going to be back in about 2 days. And I went over to Golden Sky to do some wars with them. Originally, I was going to do a war before this one, but we had some issues. We got paired up with a clan, Polska, and they had no bases. Like, their whole side was blank. So we had 80 attacks and no one to attack. They had 0 attacks and 40 people to attack. So we just had to sit there and stare at it for 2 days and end up at 0-0. But afterwards, fairly quickly, we were paired up with Yeah Baby. Some of you may know them because some of their people go on the Norwegian Global. They're a fairly tough clan. A lot of strong people there. Personally, I feel this wasn't a very good attack, and nothing, like, I'm not trying to put Dante down or anything, but there's not very much strategy. Effectively, he seems to sort of just drop 4 golems, some witches, wizards, and his heroes, and sort of bum rush the bases for the 2 stars. It seems to be working for him most of the time, but as you can see by this replay, you can probably already tell it's not working too well for him. Personally, I can't start an attack unless I've already lured as much as I can, because I just don't feel safe not luring out the heroes, and if I can, the clan castle. But in neither of his raids was there any luring. He doesn't seem to lure. He seems more to rely on the strength of his heroes to get him through, but since his Barbarian King didn't go in, he wasn't able to get the clan castle, the town hall on Mo. And here is Dante's other attack. Why I'm showing it is not because I'm showing Dante's attacks, I'm showing attacks on me. Or, well, the attack on me. As you can see, as you're scrolling through, we're kind of in the red at this point. It's more red than green. And there it is. He 2-starred me. I'm going to have to get a new base. I'm not going to be using this one anymore. I'm going to try and come up with my own one. This one, I sort of took a base I liked and then messed around with it a little bit. This base has been working decently for me, but when someone comes in with level 40 heroes, I always get 2-starred, which is going to happen with most bases, but I want to try and come up with a base where it doesn't happen all the time that they use level 40 heroes. I want one of those bases, which they are able to be designed, one of those bases where if they deploy something wrong, even if they have level 40 heroes, the heroes just aren't going to get to the town hall. They're going to go the wrong way or something. I got to think about it. It's going to take me a while to come up with a good design. And I'm probably going to come up with some pretty failed designs on the way to making that. And then eventually other people will start using that design, and then people will figure out how to beat it, and it'll become useless. As you can see, he also doesn't carry wall breakers. When attacking someone like me, obviously this was a good design to use golems, witches, wizards on, but I've got level 10 and 11 walls. I've got, I think, 150, let me check, 153 level 11 walls at this point. So without wall breakers, you're going to be on those walls for a while. Except maybe if you got a raged level 40 Barbarian King, then it'll take him a couple hits. But you kind of want wall breakers when attacking a design that isn't that good for a Golem, Witch, Wizard to attack. Especially if they have level 11 walls. I was thinking about putting my Infernos on single target, or at least one of them, but then I was worried about hogs, and if I only put one on single target, then someone could attack me with dragons from the other side, and be able to destroy my town hall before the single target one killed any dragons. I'm thinking about switching to like all single target and sort of have a somewhat of a hog ring around it so people don't attack me with hogs. Because This king can take a lot of punishment. A level 40 king. It doesn't matter that he's being hit by max defenses right there. He's just hammering down the town hall. And he just barely gets the 2-star right there. Gets 52% before his king goes down. I got 2-starred. I got to come up with a new design. It'll be a while before I come up with anything good. Coming up first, we have Shane O'Donnell against Gnome79. He's just going to go straight in without the lures. Personally, as I said before, I don't like not doing the lures. I know they take a while and people can get impatient. Like, some lures take over a minute to do. And when you only have 3 minutes, that's when you start to get worried when you're using up like a third or more of your time just on killing the clan castle and the heroes. And some people use the clan castle or heroes to pull their troops into the center. Shane spammed the P.E.K.K.As at the beginning. I don't use P.E.K.K.As anymore. I used to use them when I was Town Hall 9, and my P.E.K.K.As are one of the 2 things I haven't upgraded to max yet. They're starting in like 3 or 4 days. And that's what you see happen with his P.E.K.K.A. Well, like 1 or 2 of his P.E.K.K.A. is exactly why I don't use them. Because he deployed them all at the beginning. That one down there just went around the base. And he's not really helping. He's getting some percentage. That's good, though. But as you're going to see, he's already got the town hall. And he's got a lot of troops left. And that Inferno Tower is really the only thing that could stop his P.E.K.K.A. right there. Because all you got is that Wizard Tower hitting it now. And that Wizard Tower is not going to take down a P.E.K.K.A. that easily. His heroes are lower level than average for the clan. But they're doing some good work there. I'm so used to having high-level heroes now. If I had like level 17 heroes, I would just sort of be hesitant to attack a base. I'm actually trying to see if I can do Golem Witch Wizard without my heroes, because there's a lot of people in my clan who have their heroes upgrading. I'm going to have my king upgrading for 10 weeks straight, and I want to see if it's possible for them to 2-star a fairly strong Town Hall 10 without heroes, or at least without 1 hero. And I gotta get practice on doing it without my Barbarian King, because I don't want to be so reliant on my Barbarian King and then not have him for 2 whole months and end up losing my attacks in Clan Wars. And that's the biggest downfall of being a farmer in Clan Wars, because normally the biggest downfall of being a farmer while pushing was that you'd have your defenses upgrading, or you'd have to put them on hold and slow your farming down whenever you went on a push. But in Clan Wars, they're still active on your defense base, on your war base. So that's not really a downfall anymore. So you can keep upgrading. But your heroes, since you use your camps and all that for your attack, your heroes, if they're upgrading, they're not able to be used for Clan Wars. Hopefully they change that soon. Because farmers might have both of their heroes upgrading at all times for like months straight, and they'll end up losing their attacks in Clan Wars, or having to attack weaker targets in Clan Wars and not live up to their full potential because they're upgrading their heroes. But Shane right here got that 100%. You know, I'd probably mess up on this base and not get 100%. And I have a level 30 king and 39 queen, so props to Shane. Since the rest of the attacks in this video are going to be Golem Witch Wizard, I thought I'd toss this one in. Or Golem Wizard P.E.K.K.A. also. I thought I'd toss this one in so you didn't have to see only Go Wee Wee and Go Wipe. Right now we have Zach90. Some of you might know him from the forums as Zach UVA. And he's going to attack with a balloon minion strategy against One Stinky Toe from Yeah Baby. He's a fairly good balloon target. He's got all his expos down. He does have 2 multi-target infernos, but since Zach's a Town Hall 10, he's got freeze and all that, so that helps. And this guy had, like most of the rest of the clan, had 2 witches in his clan castle. Really, 2 witches doesn't protect you at all against air attacks, so if someone uses dragons or balloons, it really does nothing, because there's only one thing that can actually really hurt your troops, and that's the wizard. Or I guess with the new clan castle level, you can have more wizards in it. Now he's just going right in with those balloons and the rage. That Inferno Tower's doing some work on his balloons, but I forget how many he took with it. How many balloons he took. But it was a decent amount. Probably more than I usually take, since I always go for the 1-star nowadays. And of course his balloons go for that expo that's down instead of the Inferno Tower. But now that he's got the Inferno Tower out of the way, the other one's still in range at the Town Hall. And he's dropped all his minions, I believe. But it's already clear he's definitely at least getting the 1-star, so this is a win. Yep, he just got the 1-star. And now he's just about out of minions. He just got those last little ones up there. And I'm zooming in on that spot for one reason. Right there, he starts dropping his heroes. He's got level 20 heroes. Matchmaking is still a bit unfair, because Supercell's not taking into account hero levels as much as they should, because heroes make a big difference. They don't make a huge difference on defense unless they're like level 35 plus. Then it's really annoying to lure them because they take forever to take down, especially if you're only just using witches to take them down. But yeah, baby had 89 more total hero levels than Golden Sky did, so that's a little off balance. And I know the majority of you would kill me if I was in Golden Sky and I didn't get at least one, if not both, replays from Daddy. So, you got your wish without even asking. I've got both replays from Daddy here. He did a go wipe strategy on both. He's come a long way. If any of you watched any of his videos, and I'm sure the vast majority, if not all of you have, a while ago, he didn't like ground attacks. He was not good at all with heavy ground attacks. Those are his words, not mine. And now he's attacking bases like this and even stronger. His golems aren't maxed yet, but I'm sure he's going to work on that soon. I love maxed golems. They're really tough. The only thing I can take him down is a Inferno Tower, single target Inferno Tower going full blast. Everything else is just like bouncing off of them, unless every single defense in the whole base is hitting them. There, he gets some good work with his wall breakers, raged wall breakers. Basically, even though he only broke that one spot, it pulls all of his P.E.K.K.A straight into there, except for that one. That one P.E.K.K.A didn't want to play along. He just lost a lot of troops to those giant bombs, but those P.E.K.K.A are going to do work. It's only 3 troops, but those 3 P.E.K.K.A are 75 of his 240 troops base, so that's like there's 75 troops right in his core. That's a lot. That's like, I don't know, a little under 20 wizards. We'll call it 19. That's 76. And those multi-target Infernos can't even scratch the P.E.K.K.A. Right now, it actually doesn't look great at 45% with only a Golem and his Archer Queen there. But luckily, he saved some wizards in his back pocket there and was able to get that 50%. If he hadn't saved the wizards, he might have been stuck with like a 49% 1-star. That would be like really annoying. Right now, his wizards are just going to run around, so I'm speeding it up to 2 times speed. The main issue I see with clans, other than Crimson, is they don't use all of their attacks. Like, Crimson gets up to like 88 out of 90 attacks or something. That's one of the biggest things you need, is to have your players be active enough just to log on long enough to do their attacks. I mean, if they're offline so much that they can hardly log on to attack, they have plenty of time to build a really big army, like all dragons or Golem Witch Wizard, Golem Wizard P.E.K.K.A kind of army. Something really big, or at least hogs. They're offline so long that you can't they can't raid, except for maybe one opportunity. They can get 5 minutes to log on unless they're like on vacation with no Wi-Fi. And they got plenty of time to build an army, and if they actually care about the clan, they should be, taking that time to build the army. I mean, I try to farm all the time, so building a Golem Witch Wizard kind of army in the middle of the day will totally mess up my farming because it's an hour and 40 minutes to build it, or hour 45, and that really cuts into my farming. But I find ways to work around it. Anytime I'm going to be offline for like an hour or something or more, I build it if it's battle day, and I build it overnight. And if I can't build a Golem Witch Wizard during the day, I'll maybe make a really heavy balloon army, so it's only, an hour, and there's probably a time, like, maybe when I shower or something, where I'm offline for, half hour, maybe 40 minutes with my breakfast, actually. So that's 40 minutes right there. Take an hour to build a heavy balloon army and maybe 2-star a lower guy or a guy with his expos down. It really doesn't cut into too much of my farming time, and overnight it doesn't cut into any of my farming time. So that's the best time to attack, right when you wake up, if you're a farmer and you don't want to cut into your farming time. And I'm sure most people in general, you have work or school or something. So there's going to be times where you're offline long enough to build an army. So there's really no excuse for you to, not build one heavy army and at least one medium army, if not a heavy army. Because everyone's going to have the time to build it, and then all you need is, maybe 20 minutes on the game. You want to look at their base for 5 to 7 minutes, attack them for 3 minutes. And the second biggest thing is people are choosing, wrong targets. You got to look over their base, click on everything and check, how the reach of everything. Can you lure their clan castle? That's the first thing I check when I inspect someone. Where would I have to deploy to lure the clan castle out if I can? If I can't lure the clan castle, okay, I'll probably bring a jump or something and have it pull me into the center and attack from the opposite side. So the troops literally stand on the town hall, and they pull my troops towards the town hall. Then I just jump over the wall and I kill them there, and I'm already right next to the town hall. Okay, right here we have my first attack. I wasn't feeling very confident, so I went for an easier one. I was going to attack their second strongest guy, but while I was out of the house, offline and all that, someone else took it, and I'm fine with that. I can 2-star just about anybody, provided I don't mess up. If I do it right, I can 2-star any base with my Golem Witch Wizard. It's maxed out in 3 days, whatever. When my freeze finishes upgrading to level 5, then it'll be fully maxed out. And then, of course, just my heroes. My queen's going to be starting to level 40 in 2 days. So scouting the base and really understanding where its weak points are and where you can lure from is a really big thing. It's the most important thing. Planning prevents you from screwing up. It's as simple as that. You got to really plan your attack. And if you're not sure about your target, if there's any other target you can take and no one else has claimed it, if your clan does claiming, then take another target. No reason for you to mess up. It's good practice to make mistakes, but no reason for you to take what you might even be sure is probably a loss if you can take someone else. Just got to plan smart. And speaking of smart, what I did right here was not smart. I forgot that the Inferno was actually in range of that little corner there, and it took out my wall breakers. I thought I just had to take down that Tesla and Expo so they wouldn't be targeting my wall breakers, but the Inferno Tower was close enough. A lot of people, instead of just plain planning, they do what's called ghost attacks. I do not support ghost attacks, and the leader of Yeah Baby actually contacted us and said he was happy that he didn't see us doing any ghost attacks. Ghost attacks are against the spirit of the game, even though if one of my clan members were to do a ghost attack, they may have before, I would kind of turn a blind eye to it because it helps the clan and in turn helps me. But if they were to take that out of the game by doing something like making it so when you use your attack, when you press the attack button, it uses up your attack, but it gives you a warning message that you have to say okay to like 3 times. Like, are you sure you want to attack? Are you really, really sure? This will use up an attack. Are you sure you're sure? And then once you've hit okay enough times, you'll go into your attack and it'll use up an attack. That way, no one could ghost attack. It would just use up their attack and completely ruin it, and they'd waste an attack. Because basically, ghost attacking is where you start an attack, then disconnect your phone and practice on the base. You get to find all their traps and all that. And I'm sure after I say this, some of you are going to go out and, you know, use it to give yourself an unfair advantage. But just anyone listening to this know that I don't support it, and most serious players and Supercell does not support this. Because you're supposed to go into attack being skilled enough to take the person down, not have to raid their base like 20 times in fake raids while they just raid you straight off like you're supposed to. If you're not good enough to raid the base on the first try, you're not good enough to raid the base at all. Practicing on it is kind of pathetic, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. And the opinion of a ton of people I speak to, including, I was told Dante said he doesn't like people who use ghost attacks, and Golden Sky does not use ghost attacks. I do not use ghost attacks. I just go straight in after staring at their base and checking all the stuff out for like 10 minutes. Like, I was looking over at Dante for like 20 minutes straight, just figuring out exactly what I wanted to do. And I still messed up a little bit. Like, that right there really screwed me up. I forgot to wait for the wizards in my clan castle, because my clan castle had screwed up and deleted the wizards I was donated before. And all I had was a witch, even though I went to sleep with a full clan castle. It was one of those CC glitches, and I didn't notice. So I ended up having no wizards in my clan castle, so I was down 4 wizards for my attack. But since this is actually my personal best attack with Golem Witch Wizard, even though I messed up a little bit, that lightning was good, though. That lightning took out all of his clan castle troops, except for like 2 skeletons. So that worked pretty well. But even though I messed up, it's my personal best for a Golem Witch Wizard. As you can see, I end up wasting a lot of wizards because they end up getting like hit by that Tesla. So there goes a wizard, and I'm probably going to lose another one or another 2. And I didn't finish taking out those compartments on the bottom area. So I just deploy my heroes right in and hope for the best. At least I might get a 1-star. Also, if you're looking in the beginning, I couldn't seem to get his Archer Queen to play ball. Every time I deployed a troop that should have lured her, she walked away just far enough that she didn't see him. But I deployed that jump spell right there to pull my troops into the center. I originally thought my wall breakers weren't going to get to that area, but as you can see by all these wall breakers in the rage, they're actually going to make it. And I got lucky. His Archer Queen only took 1 shot at my Archer Queen, so she's doing okay right now. She made it into the core, and I can pop the cloak to save her. I popped cloak right now, even though she wasn't being hit by the Inferno. And right now I'm at a 45%. I'm thinking I can take out the rest of the percentage, and I end up getting it right here. I was worried my Barbarian King and Archer Queen were going to die, and I had no extra troops left. But I got the 2-star on Dante, even though it was a really sloppy raid, and it's my personal best. We lost 45-70. They were a lot stronger than us, but it was a good war. People had fun. It's fine. Right now, Golden Sky seems a little bit cursed. They're always getting targets that are at least a little bit stronger than them. Some targets that it's kind of ridiculous, 29-70 or something, even though they all tried really hard and none of them are outright bad. They're a lot of good players, and they just end up getting matched up against like Royal Misfits. A top 50 clan was one of them. There's level 40 heroes everywhere up at the top of their players. But it was a good war. As you can see, there was a good amount of destruction. And before I end this, I want to remember to give a shout out to my clanmate in Crimson Sky, Nima. He just hit 2 billion gold grab. He's catching up on my upgrades like a madman. It's crazy. So big congratulations to him for hitting the complete cap, the max cap on gold grab. And his heroes are catching up to mine. He's going to pass my heroes soon enough. As you can see, we didn't have as much destruction. Hopefully the next war will be good. And then I'm probably going to head back to Crimson. So thanks all for watching. And I'll see you in my next video. There's going to be a video before the next war. Thanks for watching. Bye.